Are you over 60 and unknowingly harming your health with common frozen foods? 4 frozen foods sitting in your freezer right now could be silently damaging your heart, spiking your blood pressure by 40%, and stealing years from your life. Meanwhile, 4 other frozen foods could be your secret weapons against aging, inflammation, and declining health. The food industry has spent billions convincing seniors that frozen meals are healthy choices, but the truth is shocking. One frozen food on my danger list increases heart failure risk by 30% in people over 60, while another supposedly healthy option can slash your muscle strength by 28% in just 3 months. Hit that like button if you felt sluggish after frozen meals, subscribe for health solutions, and share with someone over 60 who needs this information. Tell me in the comments what frozen foods you currently have and any health changes you've noticed since turning 60. Why age changes everything. Your body after 60 is fundamentally different from your younger self, and the frozen food industry either doesn't care or deliberately ignores this reality. When you reach your 60s, your metabolism slows down by nearly 15%. Your liver becomes less efficient at processing toxins, and your kidneys struggle more with excess sodium. Your digestive system produces fewer enzymes, making it harder to break down processed ingredients that younger bodies handle easily. Most critically, your inflammatory response becomes hypersensitive, meaning foods that barely affected you at 40 can trigger serious health problems at 65. The frozen food industry designs their products for shelf stability and profit margins, not for the delicate needs of aging bodies. They pack their products with preservatives, sodium, and inflammatory oils that can send your blood pressure soaring and your joints aching. Understanding this biological shift is crucial because it explains why that frozen dinner that seemed harmless in your 50s could now be contributing to swollen ankles, brain fog, and crushing fatigue. 4 dangerous frozen foods. Dangerous frozen food number 4. Frozen breakfast pastries. Your morning routine sets the foundation for your entire day's energy levels and blood sugar stability. Yet millions of seniors start their day by unwrapping a frozen breakfast pastry, unknowingly flooding their aging bodies with trans fats, excessive sugar, and inflammatory compounds. These seemingly innocent pastries contain hydrogenated oils that have been chemically modified to remain solid at room temperature. Once these altered fats enter your bloodstream, they harden cell membranes throughout your body, making it dramatically harder for essential nutrients to enter cells. The sugar content routinely exceeds 20 grams per serving, causing rapid blood glucose spikes that force your already stressed pancreas to release massive amounts of insulin. This repeated cycle gradually makes your cells resistant to insulin's effects, leading to persistent fatigue and dramatically elevated diabetes risk. Research shows that diets high in processed breakfast pastries increase inflammatory markers in the blood by 27% in adults over 55. Within hours of eating these pastries, many seniors experience joint swelling, morning headaches, and energy crashes that last well into the afternoon. Dangerous frozen food number 3. Frozen meat pies and pot pies. Nostalgic comfort of a warm meat pie might remind you of family gatherings, but frozen versions today are nutritional disasters, specifically dangerous for people over 60. The flaky crust is typically made with industrial shortening loaded with trans fats, among the most dangerous substances you can put in your aging body. These trans fats don't just raise bad cholesterol and lower good cholesterol. They actively promote arterial plaque formation that can lead to heart attacks and strokes. The meat filling is often made from the lowest quality cuts, ground with connective tissue, and preserved with sodium nitrite, a chemical linked to increased cancer risk. The sodium content in a single frozen meat pie can exceed 1,000 milligrams, representing nearly half the daily safe limit for older adults whose kidneys are less efficient at filtering excess salt. This sodium overload forces your body to retain extra water, leading to swollen ankles, tight rings, and elevated blood pressure. When you heat these pies, the cooking process makes the fats more inflammatory through oxidation, creating compounds that trigger inflammation throughout your body. Clinical studies show adults who replaced just 3 frozen processed meals per week with fresh alternatives experienced a 22% reduction in inflammatory markers directly linked to heart disease and arthritis. Dangerous. Frozen food number 2. Frozen breaded. Fish fillets. Fish should be one of the healthiest protein choices for people over 60. Packed with omega-3 fatty acids that protect your heart, brain, and joints. However, when fish is coated in refined breadcrumbs and deep-fried in industrial oils, it transforms from a healing food into something that actively harms your body. The breading is made from refined white flour stripped of all nutrients, leaving only rapidly digestible starch that spikes your blood sugar as quickly as eating candy. For seniors whose blood sugar regulation is already compromised, these spikes followed by crashes cause dizziness, shakiness, and intense carbohydrate cravings. The industrial frying process uses cheap oils heated to extreme temperatures, creating toxic compounds called aldehydes that damage cells and inflame blood vessels. Research found that people over 55 who consume fried, breaded frozen fish twice weekly show 15% higher rates of arterial stiffness compared to those eating fresh fish. The omega-3 fatty acids that make fish beneficial are either destroyed by high heat processing or overwhelmed by inflammatory oils. The tragedy is that health-conscious seniors choose these products believing they're making healthy choices, when they're actually consuming foods that work against cardiovascular health. Dangerous. Frozen food number 1. Frozen microwave dinners. With creamy sauces at the top of the danger list are frozen microwave dinners featuring creamy sauces, marketed as complete, balanced solutions for seniors who want nutritious meals without cooking. These meals are actually carefully engineered combinations of the most harmful ingredients possible for aging bodies. The creamy sauces are created using cheap vegetable oils, powdered dairy products, and chemical stabilizers designed to survive months in freezing temperatures. When these artificial fats enter your bloodstream, they clog microscopic spaces between cells, reducing oxygen flow and making every organ work harder. This is why many people feel heavy, sluggish, and short of breath after eating these meals. The pasta or rice base has been pre-cooked and flash frozen, converting starches into high glycemic carbohydrates that flood your blood with glucose and trigger massive insulin responses. The sodium content routinely exceeds 1,200 milligrams per serving, causing immediate blood pressure spikes and fluid retention that strains your heart and kidneys. Long-term studies show older adults consuming high-sodium frozen meals 4 or more times weekly have 29% higher hospitalization rates for heart failure within 5 years. The vegetables are present in such small quantities they provide virtually no nutritional benefit, existing primarily to make packaging look healthier. 4 healthy frozen foods, healing frozen food. 4. Frozen spinach. Frozen spinach stands out as one of the most nutritionally dense and practical foods you can keep in your freezer, offering benefits specifically crucial for people over 60. Unlike fresh spinach that begins losing nutrients the moment it's harvested, frozen spinach is picked at peak ripeness and flash frozen within hours, locking in maximum levels of vitamins, minerals, and protective compounds. This process actually preserves more vitamin C, folate, and antioxidants than fresh spinach that sits in transport and stores for weeks. For seniors concerned about vision health, spinach provides lutein and zeaxanthin, specialized compounds that filter harmful blue light and prevent age-related macular degeneration. Spinach is extraordinarily rich in vitamin K, which directs calcium away from arteries and into bones where it belongs. preventing dangerous arterial calcification while strengthening fragile bones. The magnesium supports over 300 enzymatic reactions that produce cellular energy, explaining why people feel more energetic with increased green vegetable intake. Research demonstrates frozen spinach retains up to 90% of antioxidant activity after 6 months, meaning protective compounds remain active to fight inflammation causing joint pain and cognitive decline. Unlike fresh spinach that wilts quickly, frozen spinach can be added to smoothies, soups, and omelets with no preparation required. Healing frozen food number 3, frozen salmon. Phillips wild-caught frozen salmon represents one of the most powerful anti-aging foods available, particularly valuable for people over 60 who need concentrated nutrition to combat inflammation and preserve brain function. Fresh salmon can be expensive and spoils quickly, but frozen salmon fillets solve these problems while preserving omega-3 fatty acids that make salmon therapeutic. The omega-3 fatty acids EPA and DHA are essential fats your body cannot produce, but desperately needs to maintain healthy cell membranes throughout your brain, heart, and joints. These fats reduce chronic inflammation, the underlying cause of most age-related diseases including arthritis, heart disease, and cognitive decline. Clinical studies show seniors with higher omega-3 intake maintain larger hippocampal brain volume, the region responsible for memory formation, suggesting salmon consumption helps preserve mental sharpness. The anti-inflammatory effects are so powerful that seniors consuming salmon twice weekly for 6 months reduced inflammatory protein levels by 16% and improved walking speed by 8%. For someone struggling with morning joint stiffness or afternoon fatigue, these improvements can mean the difference between maintaining independence and requiring assistance. Frozen salmon is incredibly convenient to prepare. You can bake it directly from frozen with simple seasonings for a meal that heals your body while satisfying your taste buds. Healing frozen food number 2, frozen mixed vegetables. A bag of frozen mixed vegetables might seem simple, but it represents one of the most complete health investments you can make as a person over 60. These blends typically include carrots, peas, corn, and green beans, each picked at peak ripeness and frozen within hours to preserve maximum nutritional value. This preservation method maintains more vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants than fresh vegetables that travel long distances and sit in storage. The nutritional synergy created by eating multiple vegetables provides your body with a broad spectrum of protective compounds that work together more effectively than single vegetables alone. Carrots contribute beta-carotene for sharp vision and immune function. Peas provide plant protein and B vitamins for steady energy without blood sugar spikes. Corn adds soluble fiber for cholesterol control and digestive health, while green beans provide manganese and vitamin K for bone density and joint flexibility. The antioxidant variety creates a protective umbrella against cellular damage, protecting your heart, brain, eyes, and skin simultaneously. Research tracking older adults over 4 years found those consuming at least 2 cups of mixed vegetables daily had 21% lower risk of developing physical frailty. Frozen mixed vegetables eliminate barriers preventing adequate vegetable consumption. With no washing, chopping, or spoilage concerns. Healing frozen food number 1. Frozen bone broth. At the pinnacle of healing frozen foods is bone broth, containing concentrated collagen, amino acids, and minerals specifically crucial for people over 60, whose bodies produce less collagen naturally. Collagen is the structural protein making up joints, skin, blood vessels, and connective tissues throughout your body, and its decline after 60 causes joint stiffness, skin thinning, and decreased mobility many accept as inevitable aging. Frozen Bone broth delivers bioavailable collagen your body can immediately use to repair damaged cartilage, strengthen blood vessel walls, and maintain skin elasticity. The amino acids glycine and proline provide building blocks for your body's collagen production while having powerful anti-inflammatory effects that reduce joint pain and morning stiffness. Clinical research demonstrates older adults consuming collagen-rich bone broth for 12 weeks improved joint comfort by 32% and reduced stiffness by 25%. Improvements that can mean staying active versus becoming sedentary. The minerals including calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium are present in easily absorbed forms, unlike synthetic supplements that often pass through unabsorbed. These minerals support bone density, muscle function, and nerve transmission, increasingly important as nutrient absorption declines with age. Frozen bone broth is incredibly versatile. You can defrost overnight or add frozen cubes directly to soups and sauces for instant nutrition and flavor enhancement without the sodium and artificial additives of commercial broths. Now it's time to clean out your freezer. Throw away all the breakfast pastries, meat pies, breaded fish, and creamy microwave dinners. Replace them with frozen spinach, salmon, mixed vegetables, and bone broth. Don't try to change everything at once. Just replace the bad foods as you run out of them. Start using spinach in smoothies, eat salmon twice a week, add mixed vegetables to your meals, and use bone broth for cooking. Your body will start feeling better in just a few weeks. You'll have more energy, less joint pain, and sleep better. Your freezer can either be your greatest ally in maintaining health after 60, or it can store foods that accelerate aging. Which frozen food surprised you most today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this opened your eyes to hidden dangers and opportunities in your freezer, please like this video and subscribe for more health insights. Share with someone over 60 who needs this information.